Welcome to our channel. Today we are going to study a part of biology known as cerebellum. We are going to study this part of biology with questions and answers for a better understanding. The first question we have here says, the part of the brain with the highest number of neurons is best described as dash. A. Cerebrum. B. Cerebellum. C. Medulla oblongata. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is B. Cerebellum. Cerebellum is the part of the brain with the highest number of neurons. Studies have shown that this cerebellum is the part of the brain with the highest number of nerve cells when compared with other parts of the brain. The next question says, the axons of the Purkinje cell bodies form the principal output of the dash. A. Adrenal cortex. B. Cerebellar cortex. C. A. D. All of the above. In this question, the correct answer is B. Cerebellar cortex. Studies have shown that the axons of the Purkinje cell bodies form the principal output of the cerebellar cortex. The next question says, the cerebellar cortex is made up of dash layers. A. 5. B. 3. C. 7. D. 8. In this question, the correct answer is B. 3. Studies have shown that the cerebellar cortex is made up of 3 layers. The next question says, the innermost layer of the cerebellar cortex is best described as dash. A. Purkinje cell layer. B. Granular layer. C. Molecular layer. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is B. Granular layer. Granular layer is the innermost layer of the cerebellar cortex. Research have shown that this granular layer is the innermost layer of the cerebral cortex among the 3 layers of this cerebellar cortex. The next question says, the outermost layer of the cerebellar cortex is best described as dash. A. Purkinje cell layer. B. Granular layer. C. Molecular layer. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is C. Molecular layer. Molecular layer is the outermost layer of the cerebellar cortex. This molecular layer is one of the 3 layers of the cerebellar cortex, but this layer forms the outer part of the cerebellar cortex. That is why it is regarded as the molecular layer. This layer is the outermost layer of the cerebellar cortex. The next question says, the cerebellum consists of an outer shell of gray cortex and a core of dash containing deep gray nuclei. A. Green matter. B. Red matter. C. White matter. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is C. White matter. Studies have shown that this part of the brain known as cerebellum consists of an outer shell of gray cortex and a core of white matter, and this white matter contains deep gray nuclei. The next question says, which of the following is the largest part of cerebellum? A. Vestibulocerebellum. B. Spinocerebellum. C. Cerebrocerebellum. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is B. Spinocerebellum. Spinocerebellum is the largest part of the cerebellum. There are different parts of the cerebellum. We have what we call the vestibulocerebellum. It has a role it plays. We have a part known as spinocerebellum. We have another part known as cerebrocerebellum. But among these parts of the cerebellum, the largest part is called the spinocerebellum. The next question says, the part of the cerebellum that coordinates eye movement is best described as dash. A. Vestibulocerebellum. B. Cerebrocerebellum. C. Spinocerebellum. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is A. Vestibulocerebellum. Vestibulocerebellum is the part of the cerebellum that coordinates eye movement. Research have shown that this part plays a great role in coordinating eye movement. And if anything happens to this part of the cerebellum, there will be a serious problem in coordinating the muscles of the eye in order to help in movement, or in order to make eye movements better. So this part of the cerebellum coordinates eye movements. The next question says, the star-shaped cells that occupy the molecular layer of the cerebellar cortex are called dash. A. Stellate cells. B. Basket cells. C. Corpus cells. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is A. Stellate cells. Stellate cells are the star-shaped cells that occupy a layer of the cerebellar cortex known as molecular layer. Studies have shown that these cells are highly abundant in this molecular layer of the cerebellar cortex. The next question says, damage to the cerebellum can lead to dash. A. Difficulty in coordination. B. Difficulty in planning. C. Inadequate movement. D. All of the above. In this question, the correct answer is D. All of the above. There is a part of the cerebellum called cerebellum. Studies have shown that this part of the cerebellum helps in coordination, it helps in planning, and it plays a great role in muscular movements. So if anything goes wrong in this part of the cerebellum, if there is a damage to this part of cerebellum, there will be a serious difficulty in coordination, there will be difficulty in planning, and there will also be inadequate muscular movements. So the movements in that individual will be seriously affected. The next question says, cerebellum is also known as dash. A. Cerebellum. B. Cerebellum. C. Medulla oblongata. D. Cerebrum. In this question, the correct answer is A. Cerebellum. There is a part of cerebellum called cerebellum. This cerebellum is also known as cerebellum. The next question says, the part of the cerebellum that controls body posture and coordinates muscular activity of the trunk and limbs is best described as dash. A. Spinocerebellum. B. Medulla oblongata. C. Spinal cord. D. Vertebral column. In this question, the correct answer is A. Spinocerebellum. Spinocerebellum is the part of cerebellum that controls body posture. It controls body posture, and it also coordinates muscular activity of the trunk and limbs. The next question says, the two hemispheres of the cerebellum are joined by the dash. A. Vermix. B. Xylem. C. Parenchyma. D. Phloem. In this question, the correct answer is A. Vermis. Vermis is a part of the system where the two hemispheres of the cerebellum join together. So the two hemispheres of the cerebellum are joined by these parts known as vermis. The next question says, the middle layer of the cerebellar cortex is best described as dash. A. Purkinje cell layer. B. Granular layer. C. Molecular layer. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is A. Purkinje cell layer. Purkinje cell layer is the middle layer of the cerebellar cortex. Studies have shown that this layer is the middle layer of the cerebellar cortex. If this is the first time you are watching our video, if this is the first time you are joining this channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel so that you can study other topics that we have treated in many of our videos. In this channel, we make educational videos in the area of biology. You can also ask your questions in this channel.